Welcome back, everybody. It's Bob playing Final Fantasy V, the 4-job Fiesta. This episode, I'm actually going to get my first jobs. So here we're going to restart here where we left off in the Pirate's Cave. And we're going to do a little bit of walking around here because there's one more enemy that I want to encounter in here. So, it's the last one that we need to encounter in this area. There it is, the Stroper. So, like all the other enemies here, nothing really special about them. If we were at a Blue Mage, that was one of our jobs, we'd want to come back here later and fight those bats, because those bats can use a spell called Vampire. But if you're interested in the Blue Mage job, you gotta check out my Fiesta from 2 years ago when Princess Sarissa ran it. She had the Blue Mage, and they basically learn magic from enemies. And we're about to learn some stuff from these pirates here. Ooh, scary. See the skull and the crossbones there, or skull and the cross swords? Uh-oh, we better be careful in here. This must be the pirate's hideout. So that ship we saw was a pirate ship. I wonder if we can get a ride. These are pirates we're talking about. Well, then we haven't but to sneak the ship ourselves. Wow, he's brave. Hey, old man, you're more daring than I thought. That's what I just said. So, hey, we got another one of those buttons. Unfortunately, if we hit this button, we can't get the treasure that it leads to. The treasure is behind that door. That door there is locked. But there's a pirate blocking the way. Good thing he's sleeping. I guess it's a good thing that this pirate up here is sleeping too. If we try to disturb him, though, he gets up a little bit, though. See, he mumbled and... Uh-oh. Luckily he doesn't stray too far from his napping post. And that means that we can't stray too far, so the only place we can go is over here on the plankway to the ship. So let's see if we can take this ship just like how Galuf said. We're off. Doesn't look like you're moving. What's wrong? It's no use, it won't move at all. What's going on here? And just what do you think you're doing? Oh no, we're caught. Hey, it's the pink-haired pirate. How bold you are, just going to sneak in here and steal my ship, eh? I am Tycoon's Princess Lenna. I apologize for trying to just take your ship like that. She's a princess. Tycoon's princess? My sister's a princess, Princess Guinevere. Please, please let us your ship. I must get to the Wind Shrine. She finds it funny. Hey, you're Tycoon's princess. This one's gonna be worth a lot. Stop! Well, the pirate's gonna take us for ransom. I beg you. Oh, something's flashing there. That pendant. Keep them locked up. Yes, Captain. And we're going to escort us to the brig. So, we could have went and saw the brig, but there's nothing down. If we would have went down those stairways, basically would have saw this room here, and the room that we got to see on the right a little bit later. But you can't do anything down here in the pirate ship, so this is great. Who the heck said we should sneak in here? Hey there, old man, I think it was you. Ooh, my head hurts, I can't remember. What a convenient excuse. It will be convenient for us, though, because it'll save us eventually later. That sure is a shock to hear that Lenna's the princess. I'm sorry, I wasn't intending to hide it. But why were you going to the Wind Shrine by yourself? Because my father was there, and when the wind stopped, I thought something bad had happened. So I snuck out of the castle alone, and then that meteor came falling from the sky. Yeah, well, see, the Tycoon Castle is right to the north of where that meteor was. We can't get to Tycoon Castle now, though, because the meteor's in the way. If we could fly, though, we'll fly eventually. But for now, we're just going to have to rely on this boat and the pirates' generosity. Generous pirates. Why would the Princess of Tycoon have the same pendant as me? That is a mystery we will learn later on. Well, the answer to the mystery we'll learn later on. She said her father was in the Wind Shrine. Okay. Well, looks like we're gonna head to the Wind Shrine. Yep, we're headed for the Wind Shrine. And we've been let out. Nice. Captain, what should we do with these people? Untie their ropes. Hurry up! Alright, we get to be free now. Why? I'm saying that I'm going to lend you my help. Isn't that good enough? We're off to the Wind Shrine. Are you guys going to listen to me? Well, the captain just put the fear into the pirates because now they're running around and going to go right to their jobs, which were good. Speaking of jobs, we're going to have to get to our job in a little bit later on here. We will after we go through the Wind Shrine. Now, we're going to get an option here to basically explore or go to the Wind Shrine. If you go to explore, you can't really do much. You're kind of locked in where you can go. So we're just going to not explore and let the game take us to the Wind Shrine, to where we want to go. And the game is going to introduce us to Sildra. It's like a big dragon, an undersea dragon. And that is how the ship is moving. The Sildra is pulling it. How about that? Sildra and I grew up together. We're basically brothers. I don't have my brother is Bob. He's not as cool as a dragon. Don't tell him I said that, though. Princess Guinevere ain't as cool as a dragon, either. My dad's pretty cool, though. Alright. We just head north here, and like I said, there's only basically 4 places we can go. We can go to this village tool, get some stuff there, but we don't really have a lot of money, and there's no need to go there. We're going to go there eventually. There's a canal we're going to go to later on, but it's locked, so we can't do anything there. We can turn around and go back to the Pirate's Cave, but not really much to do there. And then, of course, there's the Wind Shrine. So we'll just let the game take us to the Wind Shrine, because we want to hurry here to... we don't want to waste any time. We want to go try to find Lenna's dad. But let's talk with these scholars here first. Princess Lenna! What in the world is going on? The wind suddenly stopped and monsters came rushing into the shrine. What about Father? King Tycoon has gone to the top floor, but he hasn't come back. Something must have happened. The crystal room's on the top floor. Let's go. Faris, thanks. Faris is brave. I guess you have to be if you're a pirate. King Tycoon went to the top floor to see what's going on with the crystal. Monsters raided the shrine and we ended up fleeing to this room. The wind crystal was being controlled by a machine. The machine suddenly stopped responding to our commands. This water will revitalize you when you drink it. Princess Lenna, please take these with you. You see 5 potions. Those potions are going to be very important for us. We're going to need them for a boss battle coming up. So we can drink from that water there. If we did do some exploring, lost some hit points, that'll heal us up, just like that spring did back in the Pirate's Cave. Now, this is just beginning, so like that beginner dungeon. Most dungeons won't have like a healing spring like this one in the Pirate Cave dungeon. So we're going to have to rely on stuff like items, like those potions, to heal us up. Certain classes like white mages can use magic to heal, but we don't have that class in this job Fiesta, so that's going to be one of our challenges, just healing ourselves. Luckily the knights, though, that we have, they'll be able to wear heavy armor, so they'll have good defense. Sacred Power protects this spot, so yeah. Notice here on the bottom, save. We can save our game in one of those circles. When we step off it, the save is grayed out, which means that we can't have that option, so... while most dungeons won't have those healing pots, most dungeons will have a save point in them so that you can save your game in the dungeon, usually before a boss of a dungeon. So you, you know, if you lose to the boss, you're not having to do all that work all over again. Yeah, if you, all your characters are wiped out, knocked out, down to 0 hit points, then you get a game over and you end up back at the title screen and you have to restart from where you last saved. So there's some areas where you can like walk through walls, like hidden passages. So there was one right there. We're gonna sneak through it and then grab that broadsword, our second sword, and we're gonna give that to Faris. Faris is the second fastest character we have. So we want Lenna and Faris, the fastest characters, to have the strongest weapons. And then Angels is the next fastest, so he'll get the dagger, which is the next strongest weapon. And then the weakest weapon, the knife, will go to Galuf. So basically, we gave weapons in basically the power. The fastest character gets the best weapon. That'll just help us get through, battles quicker. So, because our fastest attacks will be going first. And we gained a level. And you see that bird up there? We just want to avoid that bird. Go to this room there. There's nothing in there. I just wanted to show it off. If we go up and talk to the bird, we get into a fight with it. And we get our first intro boss. And it's like the intro boss in Final Fantasy IV. I haven't played that yet, but basically what it does is it leaves itself open to attack. And eventually its animation is going to change, its sprite is going to change. And when it changes its sprites, you can't attack it. If you attack it, it'll counterattack you. And it counterattacks you with this Breathwing spell. Basically what Breathwing does is it takes off 1/4 of a character's max hit points, their total max, and not their current max. So like for instance, Galuf there, it takes off 18 of his hit points. So it would, if it hit him again, it would have taken off his his remaining 14 hit points, and that would have defeated him, knocked him out. So basically, what you just want to do is just if you see your character is within range of being knocked out, throw a potion on them, and then that way you'll keep the character safe. And then for the rest of the time here, while its wings are over its face, you just want to defend. Let the turns go by, and then when it opens up its wings again, now you can start attacking again. If you would attack it when its wings were closed, it would counter automatically with that Breathwing. So, he doesn't have too many hit points, 250, so we'll take him down pretty quickly. And once we do, we get another Phoenix down. And we get access to the rest of the Wind Shrine. So, we're going to do a little farming here. We have another secret passageway over here. We'll grab this. We get a staff. That's a weapon that white mages can use. We don't have white mages, so we're just going to sell that staff. But one of the advantages of the non-class jobs, the freelancer job that we have here, is they can use any weapon. So we might just give that staff to Galuf real quick, just for a little bit, because it has a slightly better attack power than his knife. And we do want to fight around here a little bit just to get the remaining enemies. There was one of them there, those Mold Wind kind of guys. If you're a blue mage, you want to come back here and fight them because they can have an attack called Arrow, which is an air spell that the blue mage can use. The black goblins here, they can also use this spell called Goblin Punch. That's something the blue mage can learn. You don't have to worry about that, because we did want to worry about getting into a fight with this guy, though, because he's the last new enemy that we can find in this area. So with that, we've gotten all the enemies, and that guy dropped a rod. Not all enemies drop treasure, and the drop rate tends to be pretty low, but sometimes you can get some good equipment when things drop. Rods are basically like the counterpart to staffs. Black mages use rods. And certain rods are elemental. They can boost your attack power, your spell's attack power, or we can break them to cast spells. Not going to be really important in this playthrough. The only character class you can have that can use rods would be the red mage. We won't get that for a little bit, so right now we're getting a little bit of a preview of where the crystals are, and they're each going to give their light to one of our characters. So all our characters are associated with like one element. So Faris got fire, Lenna got water. This is where the earth crystal is, and that'll go to Galuf. And then Angels gets the wind crystal. And one of the Fiesta things, basically you can only use the job associated with that character. So like, if we were doing this, Angels would be the knight, and no one else could be a knight. And then Lenna would be the red mage, Faris would be the bard, and Galuf would be the samurai. You can only use the job associated with these, but the way I'm playing just the regular Fiesta job fare, you know, I can switch them around, so we're not locked to the crystal that each character is associated with. So there's the king. Listen well, you are the chosen warriors, the four who hold the spirits. Father, what do you mean? The wind crystal shattered, and it seems the other three crystals will as well. You must protect them. An evil spirit is about to return. One that will plunge all into darkness. The king is surrounded by some weird dark cloud. Uh-oh. Hope he's okay. Go, chosen warriors, protect the crystal. Maybe that cloud was trying to take him away before he told us more of what we're supposed to do. I guess if we're going to find out what we gotta do, I guess we're gonna have to probably go to that town. But before we can go to the town, we'll get the 6 shards of the crystals, and each of the shard unlocks a certain job. Knight, Black Belt, Blue Mage, Thief, Black Mage, and White Mage. We will only be able to use the Knight though, so once we get out of here, we'll change our jobs. I'll show you how to do that. They give a little tutorial here. I'm just gonna skip that tutorial because I'll be explaining how the job system works as we play, so let's talk later. We need to get out of here. Lenna? If I remember correctly, there should be a warp gate to the outside behind the altar. I guess that's where the king went. So we step out here. It's like Final Fantasy 1. We after you clear the orb, you can just step on the tile behind the altar and you get whoop out of the dungeon. What's different than Final Fantasy 1 is we kind of go in reverse order here. In Final Fantasy 1, you cleared the earth orb first, then you went to the fire orb, cleared that, then you went to the water orb, then you went to the wind orb last, the air orb. This way we reverse it. We're going to go to the air crystal first, next crystal will be the water crystal, and then after that the fire crystal, and the final one is the earth crystal. So it's kind of a throwback to Final Fantasy 1. As are most of these jobs here, with the exception of the red mage being replaced with the blue mage. These are all the initial jobs you could have played in Final Fantasy 1. You have your fighter or knight, you have your monk or your black belt there, thief, white mage, and black mage. Like I said, they just switched around the red mage to the water crystal, but if it was a red mage instead of a blue mage, they would have had all the first initial starting classes of the first game. So we changed all our characters into knights. Knights are basically just attack and basically heavy armored fighters. They just take care of stuff with their swords. They can wear heavy armor, so they're both defensively good and offensively strong as well. So their weakness is that they can't really target groups. They just gotta take out large groups of enemies one at a time. So, but they're still quite a powerful class. So we'll be getting a lot of benefit out of them. So, but first we need to get some equipment for them here, and we're gonna get that in the next episode in the Town Hero Tool. So take care, have a good one, see you then, bye.